Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Star Wars Lads. We were kind of just minding our own business today, working on some other stuff, and lo and behold, we get our first trailer for Star Wars Visions coming out October 29th. We've been anticipating this specific trailer because it's so close. We're a little over a month from season 3 of Visions dropping, and we've been talking about it since Star Wars Celebration Japan back in April. So we can't wait to check out this trailer for the first time, give you guys our thoughts. We'll do a little breakdown. We're going to talk about it on our live stream next week as well. So make sure you join us if you want to ask your questions or talk about the specific episodes. And then we're going to give you our thoughts. All right, let's dive right into the trailer. Here we go.
Starting off with the duel again, of course.
自分のこれからの人生も希望に彩られていると思っていた。
Getting crazier.
Ah, yes, Village
見
Bride.
えなくても
Wookiees and Ewoks, love it.
信じられるものもある。
Night Jedi, let's go.
全部つながってるんだ。
Prosthetic lightsaber too, almost.
やっつけよ。
フォースの根源銀河系のあらゆる生命をつなぐエネルギーとは
光と闇のしてはバランスは存在しない。
私は
Proper sit for the Village Bride, maybe here.
フォースと共にあらんこと。
Cool.
That was an interesting mech suit up there.
Well, that was really cool. That was definitely a lot of different animation styles for sure, but a lot, I mean, it really felt like this one was honing in on the callbacks to season 1 for sure, but even something like this, like I didn't know there was going to be a 3D animated episode this time. I mean, besides the duel, which kind of, but
Yeah.
it's cell shaded. This looks really good. Like I wasn't a huge fan of the 3D animation they did outside of stop motion animation that they did in season 2, but this one looks visually incredibly striking, like something really really different. I'm not sure which one that is, but it looks really cool. That one really stuck out to me because I was looking for new stuff, right? And the duel, that looks awesome. Village Bride, one of my favorites of last season or season 1 that people didn't really talk about as much as Duel and Ninth Jedi. So I'm really excited to get a sequel to that. Ninth Jedi looks very cool as well. But yeah, out of the new ones, I think that 3D animated one just stuck out to me the most. It looks really visually impressive, just colorful, bright, really interesting. But Sonic, which one stood out to you the most throughout this trailer?
Well, I think, like you, the 3D one stuck out because it seems like it's only one,
Yeah.
right? And obviously, all of Volume 2 was all these different studios outside of the world, right? Not just Japanese. And, it was great to see all these interesting interpretations of Star Wars come to life. But I think there's this one issue that I have of whenever you have like an art style mimicking anime or anime based like drawing styles and you then try to put 3D into it. A lot of times it's like the frame rate is just way too low for it to blend in or feel as good as 2D does. So I'm pretty surprised by what I'm seeing here. I obviously this looks fairly standard, like their lightsabers and stuff like that. But then you see like the flower sequence of sorts that's happening there. So it's gonna be a little bit more mythological. A lot of the background looks like you would see it in just a regular anime for sure. So maybe they found the cheat code. Maybe just a little bit of lighting illumination on the outside of the character models to like avoid some of the jitteriness
Mhm.
that these 3D sort of 2D almost 2.5D models kind of have at times, but that stuck out for me. I will definitely say that final shot of like the mech suit girl,
Yes.
that was something I was like, okay, it's like it's her ship and her droid, and she's kind of like becoming like a Gundam
Yeah.
pilot of
Yeah.
sorts or something. So I mean, obviously, we're going back to Japanese studios again. Like Gundam is so influential to anime in general, so I'm not surprised that eventually it's going to sneak its way in. She's got like the stormtrooper look to her, and then she's got kind of like the BD droid on her
Mhm.
shoulder. But then it's all in one, and she's like an X-wing now, which is
Yeah.
quite an interesting look, right? It's not something I would have put together, but I guess this is our first. It's not quite canon, but almost like a pseudo version of like a Ty Ugly from Legends and stuff like that. So
Definitely.
it just so happens to be that the person is also part of the ship design. Yeah, shout out to the Village Bride too. It seems like this one's going to be more action packed. A lot of Village Bride I feel gets not so much attention as the others do because it was so internal of a focus, more on how she was as a Jedi, what she's going through. Now I'm very curious, how do you like honor all that stuff and then still kind of go with the more classic villain tropes here that they're
Mhm.
seemingly presenting? Ninth Jedi, I think it's just gonna play more of like a almost like a bridge into the Ninth Jedi TV show that's gonna be coming
Yeah.
out. So I'm very curious to see if it's like a almost like a pilot of some sorts, or just like a version one, a prototype of what the show will look like, or if it'll be like those Rebel shorts that we used to get before Rebel season one and like actually fill out the world a little bit. Overall, pretty excited. I love seeing Wookiees and Ewoks too, for sure, with the duel. Yeah, I don't think we saw too much of the one that's supposed to be a lot more psychologically about like the stormtrooper
Yeah.
breaking down.
Yeah, it is.
I think that's kind of surprising to me, but everything else here looks good and gets me pretty excited. I think it'll be fun to watch. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit more of like just the overall solid floor of Volume One. By doing so, maybe its highs will also stick out a bit more too.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the duel really dominated this. It is the most iconic one from season one, even if Ninth Jedi is the one that seems to be the most critically acclaimed because it's getting its own show. That one with the mech girl, this one, that's definitely the trigger episode, right?
Yeah.
That looks like the twins, that looks like Gurren Lagann, that looks like that type of stuff. So that one cool. And the lightsabers just keep getting crazier. This got to be the ninth. I mean, the Village Bride style, I believe, for this. That was more minimalistic, unless it's something we haven't seen before. But they show this shot immediately after, so seems like the same style. It looks like Mos Eisley with the ship in the background. Because yeah, I'm looking for that one that was supposed to be super dark. The episode called Black by David Productions, which is the psychedelic battle between past and present, light and dark, and life and death, which plays out in the haunted psyche of an Imperial stormtrooper who's on the cusp of defeat. This one, that might be the only shot we have of our stormtrooper here.
Yeah, that might
That
be
might
it.
be it, and that kind of gives an interesting look at the art style for it, because I wasn't quite sure what to expect from that. I think that's the only shot from that episode we have here. Anyway, what do you guys think of the trailer? Let us know in the comments below. We'll be breaking down all the episodes and talking about everything that's going to be in this series in our live stream next week. So make sure you join us, ask your questions, bring them all, and we can talk about Star Wars Visions. Just talked about Mandalorian. If you want to check out our trailer reactions to The Mandalorian and Grogu, check that out on the channel as well. Make sure you like the video if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you so much for watching this reaction, everybody, and we will see you all next time.